My name's Massey, and welcome back to another episode of Homeschooled, the do-it-yourself show where I teach you how to be a little bit handy by fixing some things around the house and hopefully saving you a little bit of money in the process. Today's project is how to build a fence. For a complete list of tools you'll need to tackle this project, take a look in the description below. I rate these projects by how many F-bombs you can expect to drop while tackling the project. This one is fairly easy, although you might need an extra set of hands to help you knock it out. Step number one is to take a stake and some string and lay out the perimeter of your fence. The face of the string acts as the face of your fence, so make sure that the string is on the outside of your stake and that you lay it out where you want the front of your fence to be. At the corners where your lines intersect, you want to make sure that your corners are square so you don't have kind of a wonky fence. The easiest way to do that is to take and measure out 3 feet in one direction. Then, on the other string, take and measure out 4 feet. Pythagorean theorem tells us that when you measure the diagonal, it should be exactly 5 feet between the 2 points you marked. That means you're building a square corner. Oh yeah, 5 feet. Thanks for the theorem. You just built my fence. Just work your way around and you got your whole fence lined up. That's gonna act as your template for where you dig your post holes and also where you set your fence. Next step is to dig your post holes. The way you wanna do that is basically lay out your post holes 8 feet on center for a component built fence. If you're using pre-sectional built fences, make sure that you follow the manufacturer's specs to dig your post holes. I've marked out on the grass where I need to dig my holes. If you're all fancy and you got money, you could go rent a little auger or something. But if you need the exercise like me, you just use one of these and do it old school. All right, once you got your fence posts dug, you can dig them all at once or you can dig them one at a time. It's up to you, however you want to do it. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put some gravel in the bottom of the hole. You want to put about 4 to 6 inches of gravel at the bottom of your hole so that the water that goes down through and comes in through the soil drains out and doesn't get onto your wood if you're using wood posts and rot the wood. You should always use pressure treated lumber when you're building a fence, anything outside, anything in the elements. Otherwise, you're asking for problems, so make sure you use pressure treated wood. Now when you set your fence posts, you want to make sure that they're plumb. That means that they're level both this way and this way. You can just use a regular 4-foot level. Put it up against the side, put it against the side. Start slowly filling up your hole with concrete. Pour the water on top of it. Make sure you're in line with your other posts. Restretch your line if you've moved it. All right, our next thing to do is to tie our posts together. We're gonna do that with some 2x4 pressure treated lumber. I want my bottom beam to be about 10 inches off the ground. Then I'll take and I'll screw my beam into my post here, run my 4-foot level on the top of it, level that end, bingo. All right, so we got our posts in, we've got our cross beams in, they're leveled, everything's plumb. All that's left to do is put up your pickets. These are your pickets right here on this particular fence, or slats, whatever you want to call them. What I've done is, I've already done this section over here, and I've kind of stepped it down. It's a little wonky. So what I've done is I've matched that section here and leveled it. So all I need to do is work my way across, take my 4-foot level, set it across the top, take all these pickets right here, line them up in here, and this section is done. That's it for this episode of Homeschooled. If you have a project you'd like to see me tackle, leave a comment below. Make sure to subscribe. I've got my good friend Dambo here. This is his fence. What do you think?
It's awesome. I already feel more manly.
Just by looking at it?
Just by looking at it.
Oh, okay. It smells of rich mahogany. All right, so we've got a whole bunch of more fence to build over the next couple days. That's all we can do today. We're running out of daylight. So tune in next time. We'll tackle another project. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to this guy. We'll see you next time.